I'm now level 60 in Assassin's Creed Shadows, and there are some things that I wish I knew earlier, that I now understand about certain systems that would have saved me some time and resources. So don't make the same mistakes, lots to go over. For one, if you're not using engravings, then you should totally change that. Like, I now have this wild tactic with Nawe where I have a 50% chance to get a tool back on a kill, and this also works, at least at the time of this recording, on a tool kills. I would not be surprised if they change this later on. Because what this means is that you can basically one-hit kill someone with a kunai and then thanks to this perk immediately get that kunai back. So you can just stand still in one spot and never run out of kunai. Because you can still get the kunai back that you actually used by walking over the body. So you have an unlimited amount. This is also insane in combination with the smoke bomb. So if you do get caught, throw a smoke bomb, high chance that the enemies you can now assassinate give you the smoke bomb back that you just used. So you also have an unlimited amount of that. Just make sure that you do not use shuriken or bells, so you only really get kunai and smoke bombs back from kills with this perk, and you're super overpowered. And you can actually get this engraving very early on from a twisted tree target that you can easily find over here on the map in the Asukai clan domain in Kyoto. It's the samurai looking guy, take him out and you get the engraving. Of course, to make it even better, you want to either get the kunai assassination damage 2 skill after getting to knowledge rank 4, or you can also engrave the +1 health segment removed on assassinations with the kunai perk at the forge. I'm not sure how I got this, I think it was just there already. Of course, your input more than welcome in the comments down below. I will also keep the pinned comment up to date if I figured it out. Or you can of course do the Black Hood reroll tactic from the hidden trails. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I don't want to repeat myself too much. Check the end of my early things video, a link to that in the video description. Of course, to be able to engrave, you need to have built the forge by following the Tamiko mission and then upgrade the forge to level 2. So I engrave it on the Oni's Fury legendary trinket that you can find in a legendary chest over here on the map very early on as well. With this trinket, you get 15% damage per non-legendary gear you have equipped. And I tested this also counts for weapons, so you can get 60% extra damage. Now sure, this means that you cannot equip legendary items, but thanks to engravings, you can still get the legendary perk, so basically the biggest strength from those items, and use them on a non-legendary gear. Like, a big mistake is to upgrade your gear before you hit the max level, and there's a really good reason for that. Look at this. Say I want to upgrade the Egan Sunset Dagger from level 11 to 30 because I'm now level 30 and I want to use it at my current level. That would cost me 316 iron sand and 410 mon. So it's now level 30, but I go to 40, so I want to use it again. That cost me an extra 367 iron sand and 472 mon. And then I reach the max level and want to use it there too, so I need to spend another 550 iron sand and 712 mon. While if I just leave the Egan Sunset at level 11, never upgrade it, and engrave the perk that I love on other Tentos that are already at my level, I can still benefit from that amazing slow time effect, but only have to pay the upgrade from 11 to 60, and that's only 550 iron sand and 712 mon. So I save a ton of crafting resources. And that is because the first few levels of an upgrade cost an insane amount, but then the more you do in one go, the less you pay per level. So it's really the smartest to just upgrade items once from their current level to level 60. The only thing that you might want to upgrade is the Oni's Fury if you want to use the tactic where you never use legendary gear but engrave these perks instead and get the 60% extra damage. Although, just like with all the other gear in the game, you can also just use the best one that is available to you, so the one at your current level, and then engrave that tools on a kill engraving on that. Now sure, engraving still costs a lot of money, but I got tips for that too, and way more. Of course, if you like the video so far, leave a like, that would really help me out, and subscribe for way more Shadows tips and tricks like this. So next to killing the Ronins every time you see them and doing the contracts from the save houses per season, another easy way to get money is from vendors. You can of course sell all the valuables immediately, but you can also sell your gear. Now don't sell everything, there are some items that you want to keep. But overall, selling gear is the best value for your items because the alternative is to dismantle them at the blacksmith, but you only get very little crafting materials for that in comparison, and if you don't upgrade a lot like I mentioned and do those regional contracts often, then you will have a lot of crafting materials anyways. While you will never really have enough money because that is used for a lot of things in this game. So yeah, smart to sell your gear instead. Gray, green and blue gear can always be sold. At purple, it gets interesting though. So from certain targets you take out, you get unique epic gear. So they have a unique look and a unique name. But apart from that, they are the same as other epic items on that level and even have a random perk. And because we now have a transmog system at launch, you immediately get that unique look in the transmog system. So in this game you can sell these unique epic items as well. Now the only thing you want to keep an eye out for are these special purple loot drops with highlighted stats. They are pretty rare and will start dropping later on in the game. Or you can buy them from gear vendors as well if you are lucky. The highlight basically means that this has a very high number for the stat compared to other items on that same level. Like this a level 51 katana for Naue, for example, that has the highlighted weapon damage stat. And if I compare it to katana from 4 levels higher, 55, the katana on level 51 still has a higher amount of damage. And I now upgraded the weapon to the max level, 60, and as you can see it has the highest damage stat of any other katana in the game. Even legendary katanas on the same level, even though legendary weapons always have higher base stats, are not close to the amount of damage that this like epic katana has. So don't sell the items with these highlighted stats, because you might want to use them for future builds. And one quick thing about these gear vendors, just check them often, and not only for these highlighted stats on purple items, but also because they sell unique engravings that you might want to use. And the whole shop, including the engravings, are by the way different depending on the character you're playing. So you can just switch to the other character, check the gear shop again, and get different engravings. Also, every time you see a new food vendor, talk to them. They namely give you special local noodles that are needed for a quest that can improve the amount of rations you can carry. For this we need to complete the Feast for Thought quest that you can do after completing the Fox main target. Now you have to find all 16 dishes, so one from each food vendor, but if you already went to a lot of them before starting this mission, it will save you a lot of time. With the guided exploration mode on, the objectives will be immediately on your map, so they can just travel to a nearby fast travel spot and go to these merchants. Now there is a bug right now where you will see a marker on a vendor you've already been to, so focus on the places you know you've not been to, and then you can easily get the rest. Return to Hong over here on the map. Now you have 11 rations with Yasuke and 9 with Naue, and also get the trophy or achievement for fully upgrading your rations. Of course you will need to have built the 2 buildings that you can place in your hideout as well. I also talk about those in that early things video. Again, a link to that in the video description. And I quickly want to touch on gold. This is the currency that sometimes can drop from Samurai Daisho enemies for me. You can sometimes get it after going after targets, and you can get it from the different projects. You can use this to upgrade any item instead of using the regular crafting resources and money. I would not waste these though if you have the resources, and you probably will have them, because I can see a future where they maybe raise the level cap and increase the crafting resources required for those higher level upgrades, and then the gold will have way more value. So just do not spend them right now, that's my tip. Of course, subscribe for way more Shadows tips and tricks like this. A like on the video would really help me out, and check out our most recent video on the special allies you want to unlock. They are a ton of fun, but you can't miss them. You can watch it by clicking on the screen. I'll speak to you very soon. Goodbye.